Neville Arena. First time, I guess, since early March, a year ago. Coming off of the exhibition game against Furman. You know, again, we talk about getting exposed in some ways. I thought we played pretty hard defensively. We were able to create some offense from our defense. And it was the first time we kind of got in some rotations against another opponent. It was good. Furman runs really good stuff. And so it was good preparation for us. We just shoot it very well. And we'll need to execute a lot better offensively against Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic is a really good team, and you know, this was something that we've been working on for a while, in a sense that this is the first time that we've been able to play a Division I team in the exhibition season. And Florida Atlantic, back-to-back NCAA tournament team, 2 years ago, Final Four. New coach from Baylor, who had been with Scott Drew for a long time, but he's before that Mark Few, before that international basketball. So they're going to run again. They're going to really good stuff, hard to guard stuff, an excellent preparation. The difference between Furman and Florida Athletic would be the athleticism. They've got SEC size on the front line, length, and veteran older guards, good depth, multiple defensively. And you know, a team in the American Conference. It's not a Power Four, but it's just right there, right? Just right there. So we will have to play better against Florida Atlantic than we did Furman to win the game.
You got an update on Miles, how he's doing?
Yeah, Miles had his first contact practice yesterday. And so he is available and will play. He won't play a ton of minutes because of just getting back and getting in condition, but it'll be great to have him back after being out a couple weeks.
Bruce, how was the point guard play the other day against Furman? How do you feel about it?
You know, JP had to go back to Furman where he had played, and so that was, you know, that was tough for him, and. You know, because he was a great teammate, he had great friends there. He was loyal to Furman for 3 years, did a great job for them. So they probably did a few things to try to make sure that he didn't get a whole lot of good looks. And he handled it well, led us in defensive rebounding and as a guard, at the guard spot. Played 3 point guards, played Tahad and Denver and JP. And that's what I would anticipate doing again on Friday night. Typically we play 2, but I think all 3 guys have warranted some time there at the position. And I thought overall the point guard play was good, and we'll continue to hopefully get better.
Bruce, it seemed like in the Furman game, both Tahad and Jakai had.
And let me just finish that. When I say I thought the point guard play was good and will continue to get better, is all 3 guys are brand new at the position this year. Like, so that was literally their first game, every one of them. And man, I don't know when I can think of the last time, maybe my first year, where 40 minutes of point guard play will be from a player that did not play either for me a year ago or play the position a year ago.
It seemed like Tahad and Jakai both had, you know, really good performances against Furman. Had the most. How impressed were you with them as true freshmen? I know it's not a game that counts, but their first game against D1 competition did pretty well.
Well, like I said, I've said this before, between 15 and 20% of the top 100 freshmen in the country at Power 5 schools average double-digit points and double-digit minutes, and they both did that in their first contest. So I think they both did well. I think both are going to be real contributors for us. They both have a different level speed and athleticism and jumping ability, and absolutely are going to be crowd favorites because of their athleticism. And they're going to do a lot of really good things. Now they're going to make some mistakes because they're freshmen, but they're good. to be a big part of this team.
What did you see from Cheney against Furman? I know you sort of challenged him, a week ago to start being a little bit more aggressive.
Yep, he got in foul trouble a little in the first half, and but I thought he had a really solid second half. His athleticism showed. He's got a tough matchup against Baba Miller for the Florida State transfer. And when I say a tough matchup, just in the sense of a 6'11" four-man that can put the ball down the floor, and he's got some skills and ball handling skills and things like that. So it'll be good. It'll be a good matchup for him. Janai and Dillon will be going up against a 7-foot freshman center who's probably as a foreign player, probably a little older as a freshman. Good player, big, and so I think the guys will be more challenged in each of their individual matchups. I thought Cheney, again, you'll see him when you see him this year. He's bigger, stronger, faster, and more powerful than he was a year ago. In fact, I was watching some tape of a year ago just recently, and I could hardly recognize Cheney. He looked really small compared to his size right now.
Coach, can you speak on tomorrow? Obviously, the charity exhibition game and what that means for the program that we're raising money for.
Yeah, I am so excited about this opportunity. And I want to thank John Cohen and our athletic department, our leadership, university, because we had to appeal to the NCAA to allow this charity to be where the funds went to, rather than a traditional disaster relief or cancer or heart or something along those lines. And I think it's just great. Obviously, the combination of the Milton Scholars Program with the Together We Will Scholarship, trying to recruit the very best students to come to the very best university, and in particular, first-generation students or students who maybe economically Auburn may have been a little out of their reach, and provide them with the kind of scholarship that would attract them and the kind of services that would retain them. And I'm really excited about it. And the proceeds from this game are going to go to that scholarship. That's a big commitment from the athletic department to forego the revenue that will generate from what is virtually a sellout. And like I said, how many times have you ever heard me say this? Tickets are available to buy for purchase to an Auburn basketball game. Like, I haven't said that in 5-6 years at least. And everybody that buys a ticket is actually going to be kind of making a donation to the scholarship program, which is I think really, really cool. And then we hope that when people come to the game, they hear more about the scholarship program, that maybe as they evaluate their giving to Auburn, it might be something that would strike a nerve with them and say, I'd like to sponsor one of those students. So excited about it.
Bruce, how much have you seen your guys who returned, the second year guys, how much maybe more confident, more comfortable they are on defense, especially, as guys that have been through it before? And so do you see a difference in those guys, so far this season?
Well, you could see a difference in the returning players compared to some of the newer players just because they've been in it. Mm-hmm. So for Miles Kelly and for JP and for Tahad and Jakeem and Jakai, they've all done a really good job, I think, getting caught up on how we guard, but it's still new to them. And we're aggressive. We do a lot of switching. We do a lot of communicating. We change things up a lot, and it's a big adjustment coming out of wherever you've been to come play defensively the way we defend. And look, a year ago we were one of the best defensive teams in the country. Defense travels, and I'm hoping that's something we can count on this year. And like I said, I would say offensively, we're going to have to play better than we played Sunday to be able to be more efficient scoring the ball. So defense is going to have to be something we hold our hat on.
All right, last question, Peter.
You started the game against Furman with both Dillon and Janai on the floor. What have you seen from that combination and just, Janai at the 40?
Well, I think that obviously Janai can play the 4 very easily because he can do things inside and out, offensively and defensively. We started that way because I think both those guys have put themselves in position where they warrant that. I could start Cheney in a game and have it not be not have it be a factor. So I think right now that's where we're able to start that way. We may not always start that way, but I think it also presents the opponent with a challenge to guard our guys on the inside. At the same time, our front line was 3 for 14 in the first half at Furman, and that was not a good half of offense from our front line. Our front line has got to do a better job of finishing at the rim.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanks,
Thank
Bruce.
you.
Thank you.